Now these 7 things that we need to understand for coming to a conclusion about any company are number one, profitability and performance. So if I have to evaluate a company, if I have to find out as to how a company is doing, whether it is my competitor or whether it is a company on whose board I am sitting as an independent director, or whether it is a company which is wanting to do vendor analysis so as to ascertain the financial stability of the vendors, or whether it is a company that I have set up in China, doesn't really matter as to what the situation is. The first thing that I need to look at for coming to any conclusion about any company is the profitability. And friends, please remember, profitability can be understood from 4 different angles, and we will understand as to what those 4 different angles are. So the first thing that we need to understand is the profitability. The second thing that we need to understand is the liquidity. So what is liquidity? Liquidity is nothing but a business's ability to take care of its short-term obligations. So if a business has to take care of its short-term obligations, what it has to have? It has to have enough liquidity. That means it has to have enough liquid assets, which if required can be used for taking care of the short-term obligations. So that's number 2. What we would need to look at is liquidity. And please remember, doesn't really matter आप competitor analysis कर रहे हैं या एक कंपनी के बोर्ड पे आप बैठे हुए हैं as an independent director, or you have made investment in China, or you are advising a friend of yours who wants to invest surplus funds of his into the securities share market. Now for all these things as well, the second thing that we will need to do is to look at the liquidity. And what is liquidity? It is short-term solvency. The third thing, friends, for all these situations or any situations of these kind, the third thing that we would need to understand and look at is the solvency. Is the business solvent? And I'm sure a question must be coming in the minds of every one of you as to what is solvency. And please understand, it is very simple. What is liquidity? Liquidity is short-term solvency. And what is solvency? Solvency is long-term liquidity. Meaning what? Meaning how to figure out whether a business is solvent or it is not solvent. And the answer, of course, is very simple. Solvency means, is this business in a position to discharge all its obligations, short-term as well as long-term put together? So if a business has got the ability to discharge all its obligations, short-term as well as long-term, that means this business can be said to be solvent. So we would also look at as to whether a business is solvent or not solvent. How do you figure it out? Very simple. If the total of the assets that I have is more than the total of the liabilities that I have, means my business is solvent. Isn't it? If total of all the assets that I have is more, the amount of the total of assets that I have is more than the amount of liabilities that I have to discharge. If my assets are more, liabilities are less, that means I am solvent. Fourth thing that we need to understand, friend, is efficiency in utilization of assets, not only fixed assets but all assets. And why is that so? And that is because ultimately performance of my business will depend on what? Performance or profitability of my business will depend how efficiently, how effectively I am able to use my assets. So जितना ज़्यादा मैं मेरे assets को utilize कर पाऊँगा, जितना ज़्यादा मेरे assets को use करके turnover generate कर पाऊँगा, so much better is going to be my profitability. So the fourth thing that, friend, we need to understand is efficiency in utilization of fixed assets. And please remember, fixed assets does not mean only tangible assets. Fixed assets means the tangible assets and as well as and the intangible assets. Then number 5, so if I have to look at any of these 7 situations and come to my conclusion, the 5th thing that I would consider is effectiveness in working capital management. And friends, here please remember, all over the world, the research shows that as and when a company closes its business, in 90% of the times, the reason for the closure of a business is bad working capital management. So you would see the moment a company starts experiencing bad working capital management, from that moment this company starts going down the drain. So therefore, the fifth thing that I would look at is how efficient or how effective the business is in मैनेजिंग इस वर्किंग कैपिटल. और आप याद रखिए, जिस कंपनी का जितना अच्छा वर्किंग कैपिटल मैनेजमेंट होगा, वो कंपनी ऑपरेशनली उतना ही ज़्यादा एफिशिएंटली काम करेगी. ये एक प्रूवन फैक्ट है, प्रूवन ट्रुथ है, प्रूवन आउटकम है, जो कि पूरी दुनिया में रिसर्च करके मालूम पड़ा है. सो दैट 5th थिंग दैट आई वुड लुक एट इज कि ये कंपनी का वर्किंग कैपिटल मैनेजमेंट कैसा है. 6th थिंग दैट आई वुड लुक एट इज द फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज. Financial leverage. And what is the meaning of financial leverage? The meaning of financial leverage is how is the debt component in the capital structure of the company. So is this company leveraged adequately, or this company is not leveraged at all, or this company is heavily over leveraged. So अगर ये कंपनी है and कंपनी की borrowing 0 है, that means this company is not leveraging. And that's not a good situation. Second is company is having too much of leverage. The debt equity ratio is more than 4 or one is more than 4 or more than 5. That's a bad situation. And the third situation is company is moderately leveraged. So the debt equity ratio is 2:1. That means the amount of debt is twice the amount of equity. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Of course, there are some riders to that. We will understand them as to what those riders are. But at this juncture, we would also look at the financial leverage. And friends, I am sure all of us are professionals, so we are already practicing and we know it by experience, and we have seen it happening in the market. So subsequent to the advent of insolvency and bankruptcy code, you would have noticed all the companies without any exception, any exception which have gone to NCLT under the IBC code have been an outcome of excessive leveraging, excessive borrowing. So अगर मुझे किसी कंपनी की सिचुएशन को एनालाइज करना है, तो 6वीं चीज जो मैं देखूंगा, and that is the financial leverage. Too much of financial leverage is very high financial risk, and that's a bad sign. And finally, of course, friends, the 7th thing that I would look at in case of any company is the market value ratio. So there are certain indicators, there are certain ratios that would help me to figure out directly as to what should be the market value of this company's share, or what should be the fair value of this company. So the 7th thing that I would look at is the market value. So friends, if we have to do financial analysis of any business, any company, anywhere in the world, in any industry, with any product, with any kind of constitution of the company, private limited company, public limited company, government sector company, private sector company, FMCG company, multi-locational company, single location company, doesn't really matter as to what kind of company we are talking about. If I have to do the analysis of any company in the world, so these are the 7 things that I would look at. Number 1 is the profitability. Number 2 is the liquidity. Number 3 is the solvency. Number 4 is velocity of efficiency. That is how the company is using the assets. And number 5 is the efficiency in working capital management. Number 6 is financial leverage. And number 7 is the market value ratios. By looking at these 7 things, I would be able to give a very confident reply whether this company is doing well or this company is not doing well. I would be able to very confidently reply whether this company should get attractive valuations or this company should get depressed valuation. Why? Because these 7 factors will let us know as to where does this company exist. And now friends, what we're going to do, we are going to look at all these 7 different broad categories of financial analysis one by one, understand each and every ratio under these 7 categories, the ones that are prominent ones, the ones those are significant ones, one by one, and move ahead with this so as to strengthen our understanding of financial analysis, so as to be able to arrive at the business valuations which are as fair as possible. So before I move forward, let me open this to all of you. In case if you have any doubt, any question, you can please ask me, else we will move forward.